Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 2. Yes, day number 2, week 14, spring 2024 of our journey together. That's day number 2, week 14, spring 2024 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here for this afternoon's class. Today is Tuesday the 9th, Tuesday the 9th of February, April 2024. The subject is, of course, mathematics. And the topic that we're going to be doing is fundamentals of geometry. The fundamentals of geometry. So in order for us to properly do geometry, we have to be familiar with certain rules that is going to help us to be able to answer certain questions so that we could be on point in what we're doing. All right. So there's several rules that we need to look at and we need to observe, right? So geometry rules. Let's do 3 at a time. So the first rule that we will be looking at, so we're going to be looking at geometry rules, right? The first rule that we're going to be looking at is, and they like the brightness. And the first rule says that angles in a triangle add up to what? Angles in a triangle add up to what?
180 degrees.
Say it again.
180 degrees.
Very good. Add up to 180 degrees. That's the first rule that we have to remember, that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. The next one is that, oh, by the way, let me just explain that. So what that means is that, and maybe you can draw an image that can show me, I'm going to draw an image of a triangle so you could be able to see what we're talking about, so that we can be able to recognize that rule, okay? But the rule says that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees, right? So what does that mean? Well, that means that if we have, and by the way, we call these angles the interior angles of a triangle, right? So what that means is that whenever you have the interior angles of a triangle, those angles are gonna add up to 180 degrees, the interior angles of a triangle. So this is the first rule right there. So make sure to draw this picture, right? The picture says it all. That's the first rule. So the first rule is that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That's the first rule. The second rule that I believe is also important that we're gonna look at. The second rule, rule number 2. Let me move this on. Rule number 2. Rule number 2 is that, and by the way, let me continue to explain rule number 1, just so you can understand what I'm talking about. When we looking at rule number 1, if you notice the angles inside this triangle, we have angle A, angle B, angle C. These all must add up to 180 degrees, right? Again, these three, the sum of these angles is going to be equal to 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C equals to 180 degrees. And that's what we mean when we say that the sum of the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let me ask it again. What does the sum of angles in a triangle add up to? What do they add up to?
180 degrees.
180 degrees.
180 degrees. Okay, so that's the first rule. The second rule that's important for you to know.
Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I missed some of the notes from yesterday because my Wi-Fi tripped out of class.
Mhm.
And I forgot to message you because I just got my phone back from my school today.
Mhm.
So can you be able to send me the notes on WhatsApp, sir?
Yes, I can. I'll send you the notes on Monday on WhatsApp.
Thank you, sir.
The next rule that we need to know is that angles on a straight line, angles on a straight line at a common point add up to what?
360.
No. Angles on a
90?
straight line, nope. Angles on a straight line at a common point add up to what?
90 degrees.
180, 180 degrees. All right, angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees. All right, this is very important to remember. If we have angles at a point on a straight line, they add up to 180 degrees. So angles at a point on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So if you have these angles, right, and they are at a point, at a common point, they should add up to 180 degrees. And that's basically the rule. Angles at a point add up to 180 degrees. So what does angles inside of a triangle add up to? Angles inside a triangle add up to? What do they add up to? Angles inside a triangle.
180.
180 degrees.
180 degrees. What about angles on a straight line at a common point? They add up to what?
180.
180 degrees. And so this, let me just show you this example of angles at a common point. So if we look at this example, we have, let's look at the angles that we have, right? We have, let's call this one angle A, right? Let's call this one angle B. Let's call this one angle what? Angle C. And all of them are at a what? Common point, right? So what do we know about them? We know that A plus B plus C must add up to what? Must add up to what?
180.
180.
180 degrees. Okay, 180 degrees. So the first rule tells us that the angles inside of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That's the first rule. That angles inside a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Add up to 180 degrees. And that's very important. The second rule tells us that if we have angles on a straight line at a common point, they're gonna add up to 180 degrees. So A plus B plus C gonna add up to 180 degrees, all right? So do y'all understand that? Let me know if y'all understand so far these two rules. Let me know if you understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Okay.
Bajit, I did this in my math class today, sir.
Today?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's amazing. That's good.
I
Anyone,
learned that.
when you learn this,
I did
Devin?
Same here, Mr. Bajit. I did this just today as well.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So, and I'm sure some of you are already familiar with these particular rules as well. Okay, then we have the next rule. Ajani, do you understand this? Where's Ajani? Where's Ajani?
Yes.
Okay. Pardon?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right, the third rule that we're gonna be looking at, the third and last rule for these three is going to be angles around a point add up to
360 degrees.
add up to 360 degrees. Very good. Angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. So if we're looking at a full revolution, right? If we're looking at a full revolution or a complete turn, angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. Okay. So if we have a full revolution, right? If we have a full complete circle, right? The angles in that particular circle or the angles around that point would add up to 360 degrees, right? So angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. And so,
Are we finished with graph, Mr. Petit?
graphs,
Yes, sir.
oh, you mean like bar graphs and stuff like that?
Yes, sir.
For now, for sure, for now. Okay, so if we look at these, what can we say? We have angle A, we have angle B, we have angle C, we have angle D, and we have angle E, right? All of them are around what? They are around this particular point, right? Do you all see that? So
Yes, sir.
what can we say about angle A, angle plus angle B, plus angle C, plus angle D, plus angle E? What can we say about angle A, B, C, D, E? What can we say about that?
They add up to 360 degrees.
360.
Very good. They add up to 360 degrees. So let me put that down. It's going to be equal to 360 degrees. So angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. So what does that mean? That means that angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D plus angle E, all of them are gonna add up to 360 because they are all around that point, right? And as you can see, it forms a complete turn, a full revolution, and that adds up to 360 degrees. All right. Good. Where is Aliana? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand these three rules?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And where is Kingston?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand these three rules?
Yes, sir.
Read them for me, please. Read all three.
Yes, sir. Geometry rules. Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees.
Mhm.
Number 2. Angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees.
Mhm.
Number 3. Angles around a point add up to 360 degrees.
Very good. So if we have angles on a triangle, they're gonna add up to 180 degrees. If we have angles on a straight line at a common point, they're gonna add up to 180 degrees. And if we have angles around a point, they're gonna add up to 360 degrees. Mark, where's Mark? Do you understand this, Mark?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Reagan, can you read the three rules for me?
Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees. Angles around a point add up to 360 degrees.
Very good. So if it's in a triangle, they add up to 180 degrees. If it's on a straight line, it add up to 180 degrees. And if it's around a point, it add up to 360. Latalia, can you read the three rules for me? Latalia, are you there? Can't hear from Latalia. Where is Nivea Gordon? Can you read the three rules for me?
Yes, sir. Geometry rules. Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees.
Mhm.
Angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees. And angles around a point add up to 360 degrees.
Mhm. Very good. Good. All right. Brianna, do you understand this? Where's Brianna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Brianna Roll, I noticed that you've been missing yesterday. What happened?
Yesterday I did fall asleep because I was tired from school.
Okay. Make sure be on time for classes. We have class at 6 o'clock. All right. Understand me, Brianna?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Bree and Bride, you'll understand this.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do me a favor and take a picture of this notes for me, please, before we move on to the next one. Take a picture of these notes before we move on to the next one. For those persons who have just arrived, I've posted the picture of the notes inside the class for your benefit. Again, for those persons who have just arrived, I've posted a picture of the notes inside the class for your benefit. Again, I need you to take a picture of your notes and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your notes and send it to me via WhatsApp. All right, again, take a picture of your notes and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Excuse me, Mr. Baji.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't be able to send my notes because my phone is dead. I put it on charge right now.
Yes, once your phone is already charged, then you can go ahead and take a picture of your notes. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next. Let's go ahead and do some examples based on this, right? So we talk about it in general. Let's do an example. Let's do several examples on these, right? So our examples are gonna be based off of the 3 rules that we have done. So examples. So the instructions are very simple. The instructions is you want to determine the value of x in each of the value of x in each of the following figures. All right, so we need to figure out what x is, like what is the value of x, right? So let's do our first example. Example number 1. So we have, for example, number 1, I'm going to draw a triangle. All right, and so this one, it's going to be 3 examples, so I need to make sure I have space for all of these. It's this one, and we have this one. Okay, so for this one, let's say that we have outline. Let's make sure the outline is appropriate. So you have something looking like this. All right, but make sure to draw this triangle. Again, make sure that you draw this triangle. We're going to call this number 1. And let's say that we know that the measure of this angle is 59 degrees. Okay, let's say that we know that the measure of this angle right there is 75 degrees. And the question is very simple. We want to figure out the value of x. So we're going to calculate the value of x. So we know that this is 59, and we know that this is 75, and we know that this is x. How are we going to determine the value of x? Do you have any
You would add 59 and 75, and then subtract that from 180.
Subtract it from 180.
Very good. Why are we subtracting from 180?
Because they try to go up to 180.
Because angles inside a triangle add up to what? Angles in a triangle add up to what?
180.
180. So the first thing that we're gonna do, obviously here, the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to add. That's the first step. So what are we gonna add? We're gonna add what?
59 degrees plus
59
75.
degrees, yeah, 59 degrees. Plus 75 degrees. You know what? I don't have to write, you know. Let me type. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. Number one, this was, what was this? This was 59, right? 59 degrees. And then this one right there was 75. All right, so for X, what we're going to do in order to figure out the value of X is we're going to add first, and then we're going to subtract. All right, so this is going to be, trying to determine the value of X. We're going to add first and then subtract. So add is going to be our first, our go-to. What are we going to add? We're going to add 59, right? Degrees plus what? 75 degrees. And when we add the two, what do we get when we add them? Hello, when we add them, what do we get?
134.
What did you get?
134.
134. Anyone else want to second that? When we add them, what do we get?
134.
134. Very good. So it's going to be equal to 134 degrees. Is that our final answer? Let me know if that's our final answer.
No,
No,
sir.
Also, you would have to subtract 134 from 180
Very good. Why 180?
because 180 is the angle that add up to, 180 is the degrees inside of the triangle. Because we're trying to find what number add up to 180.
Very good. So 180, the sum of the interior angles in a triangle is going to give us 180. So that means that we're going to subtract here. And so, so we're going to subtract from 180. So we have 180 minus 134 degrees. And that's going to be equal to what?
46.
46.
180 minus 134 is 46 indeed. 46. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to obviously add them. We're going to add the 59, right? And the 75 to get 134 degrees. And then after we do that, then we're going to subtract 180 and 134. That's going to give us 46 degrees. So what that means, right, is that X is equal to what? X is equal to what?
46 degrees.
46 degrees. Bree and Bride, you'll understand this?
Yes.
Good. And Dion, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where's Bashan? Bashan?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Bashan, did you finish the 2021?
You mean 2022?
2021.
No, sir. I don't think so.
Go on my channel and I need you to go on that.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, so, and Chai, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Dion, not Dion. Dornick, do you understand this? Where's Dornick? Hello, Dornick, do you understand this? And Gilbriana, do you understand how we got 46?
Yes, sir.
Good. Explain how we got 46, Gilbriana.
Yes, sir. So, how we got 46 is we add 59 plus 75. And when we add them, we got 134. And when we got 134, we subtract 134 by 180 because 180 is a triangle is equal to 180. And when we subtract that, we got 46. 46 is our answer. X is
Right.
equal to 46.
X equal to 46. Very good. Jalen, do you understand this? Yes.
So
Explain how we got 46.
It says determine the value of x in each of the following figures.
Uh-huh.
Be able triangle, it's 59 to the top, 75 to the corner, and x to the left corner.
Mm-hmm.
We have to solve for x. So we have to add 59 plus 75 equals 134.
Mm-hmm.
And then subtract 180 from 134 equals 46.
Okay, good. So the first thing we're gonna do, we add first. And then we're gonna subtract from 180 because we know that angles inside a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And then we're going to get 46. Where's Jasmine? Jasmine Low, are you there? Again, Jasmine, where's Jasmine? Where's Jasmine? Jasmine, I messaged you inside the chat. You need to answer. All right, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next question. To be a question number 2. Someone's mic is on. Joseph. So question number 2. Okay. Joseph, where's Joseph? Do you understand what to do, Joseph, for this one? Where's Joseph? Okay, Joseph, you sound distant. What happened to your phone? Did it fall? You on what? You on a computer? I could barely hear you. You sound so distant. Do you have like earphones or something like that? Say it again.
I switched to my phone.
Okay, yeah, switch to your phone because I could barely hear you. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So we have a straight line. And then for the straight line, we're gonna go ahead and do something like this. And let's say that we have all right, so for this one, let's go ahead and let's say that we know that this angle right here, say we know this angle was 40. So we know this angle was 110 degrees. So what do we know? We know that this angle right here is 110. Let's say that we go ahead, do like this, and let's say that this is X. Okay, so this is 110 and this is X, right? So okay. How would we figure what x is?
Can I do it, Mr. Petit?
180.
Go
I
ahead,
mean,
go ahead.
oh.
I think Natalia asked to do it. Go ahead, Natalia.
So x plus 110. Then x plus 110 equals 180.
Mm-hmm.
You circle your 110 and you take it over to the 180, and that plus sign becomes a subtract sign.
Uh-huh.
And then once you subtract 180 and 110, you would have 90 degrees. So
Right.
x equals 90 degrees.
Very good. So basically you're telling me that all I have to do is subtract. It wouldn't be 90, but it would be 70, but all I have to do is subtract. So thank you, Natalia. So she's right. All we have to do is subtract. So we have to subtract, Reagan, that's what you're gonna say, right?
Yes, so I was gonna say subtract 110 from 180.
Very good. So it's gonna be 180 minus 110. Why are we subtracting from 180? Why are you
It's
subtracting?
on a straight line, at a common point, the angle up to 180 degrees.
Very good, because angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees. So it's going to be 180 minus 110. And what is 180 minus 110? That's going to be what?
70. So
70. Very good, 70. So it's going to be 70. 70, 7, 0. That's going to be 7. So x is going to be equal to 70 degrees. All right. Okay, so do we understand this? Let me know if you understand this, please, before I move on. Again, let me know if you understand the
Yes, sir.
second.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I am not hearing certain persons. Do you all understand this? Is my question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So it's number 2. All right, so x is going to be equal to 70 degrees, right? How do we get 70 degrees? Because 180 minus 110 is going to be equal to 70 degrees. We know that angles on a straight line at a common point adds up to 180 degrees. And so the answer here is 70. Kema, do you understand this? Yes, do you understand this is my question.
No, sir, just come in class.
Okay, so, okay. I don't understand why he's come so late, man. Do you have the first slide?
No, sir.
Okay, for those persons who just came, anyone else need the first slide? Let me know if you just, if you need the first slide. Let me know. Only one person need the first slide, okay. The first slide explains it, right? So the first slide tells us that angles inside a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And so what does that mean? That means that if we have x and 59 and 75, they should add up to 180 degrees. You understand that, Kema?
Yes, sir.
So how are we going to figure what x is? Well, we have to add 59 and 75, then subtract it from 180 to get 46. And that's how we got that this is 46. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then the next one, if we look at the rule tells us that angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees. What does that mean? That means that the angles at a common point on a straight line must add up to 180 degrees. So if we have x and 110, and we add them together, it should give us 180 degrees. So in order for us to figure out what x is, we have to subtract 180 and 110, and that gives us what? 70.
70.
You understand that, Kema?
Yes, sir.
Good. Anyone else do not understand? If you do not understand, let me know, please. If you don't understand. All right. How many persons understand how we got 70?
I do.
I do.
Good. Where's Kyle? Kyle, are you there? Where's Kyle? We can't hear from Kyle. Jeremiah, do you understand how we got our answer?
Yes, sir.
Explain how we got 70, please.
Okay, so it's supposed the whole thing is 180, and you're taking away 110 from 180 to give you 70.
Why why we using 180?
Because it's not a full circle.
Why we using 180?
This is not a full circle.
No, we using 180 because it says here that angles on a straight line at a common point add up to what?
I was reaching class. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, so let me show you. Do you have these notes?
Yes, I write it down now.
Okay, so the notes are based on the rule. Angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees. What does that mean? That means that we have a straight line, we have a common point. These two angles must add up to what? Jeremiah?
180.
180 degrees. So in order to figure out what x is, we have to subtract 180 and 110 to give us what?
70.
To give us 70. Very good. Okay, let's do one more example. One more example. Number 3. Okay, so for number 3, different ways we could do this. We can, put this right here. We can, we can. Here. We can. All right, so, okay, what do we have here? So we have here, we have here this box, right? We have here, let's say that this is 35 degrees. Say that this is 25 degrees. Let's say that this is 65 degrees, 67 degrees. Let's say that this is, x, because we need x. All right, so, okay, so this is number 3. So for number 3, we have an interesting shape, right? This shape, we have this box here, right? We have 35 degrees, we have 25 degrees, we have x, and we have 67. How in the world are we going to figure out the value of x? Right? How are we going to do that? Any volunteers want to try?
Subtract by 360.
Say it again, Jevin.
Add all up and subtract from 360.
Jevin is suggesting that we add all them up and then subtract it from 360. Do you all agree or disagree? Let me know if you agree or disagree.
agree.
You agree? Anyone else agree with Jevin?
I agree.
Okay. Why are we subtracting from 360? Why are we subtracting from 360? What does the rule tell us? I am not talking to myself. What does the rule tell us?
Angles around a point add up to 360
degrees.
Very good. The rule tells us that angles around a point, right? Angles around a point add up to 360 degrees, right? So what does that mean? That means that these angles are gonna add up all together to give us 360 degrees. So the first thing that we must do is we must add. So let's set that up. So my question is, if we want to add, what does this box mean? What angle is that? The same
90
box.
degrees. 90
Degrees.
degrees.
What is the box?
90
90
degrees.
degrees.
90 degrees. Very good. How do you know the box is 90 degrees? Because the box always, once you have a box, that means 90 degrees. And so we're gonna add them first, and then we're gonna subtract it from 360 because angles around the point add up to 360 degrees. And so let's add them. We have 67 degrees plus 35 plus 90, sorry, degrees plus 37 plus 35 degrees plus what? 25 degrees. Now, when you add them together, what is your result?
270.
What is your result when you add them together? So 67 plus 90 plus 35 plus 25. It's gonna be what? What y'all got?
270.
217. 217. So we add them, 67, 90, 35, and 25. When we add them all together, we get 217. So 217 is going to be the result right here. So 67, 90, 35, 25, and 217 is going to be our answer. Okay, but are we done? Are we finished? Are we
No,
finished? No, we're not finished, right? What we have to do?
Subtract.
We have to subtract. So we're gonna subtract from what?
360, take away 270.
Very good. We're gonna subtract from 360. So subtract. So if we subtract, we say that 360 degrees. We're gonna minus that with what? 217. That's gonna be equal to what? 360 minus 217 is what?
143.
143. 143. And so what does that mean? That means that the value of x, right? The value of x is what? The value of x is what?
43.
What is it? The value of x is
143.
Very good. It's going to be 143 degrees. Okay. Okie dokie. Samantha, can you explain how we got 143 degrees, please?
So we add 67 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 35 degrees plus 25 degrees, which give us 217.
Mm-hmm.
Then we subtract 360. 360 minus 217, which gives us 143. We are use 360 because all the line that. What is this again?
Angles around.
Point add up to 360 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we use 360 and we subtract it with 217, which gives us 143. And x equals 143.
Mm-hmm. All right. So thank you, Samantha. Very good. And let me ask the rest of you. Jeremiah, do you understand how we got 143 degrees?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And Malik Rule, do you understand how we got it?
Yes, sir, I do.
That's good. And Casey and Kevin, do you all understand how we got our answers?
Excuse me,
Yes, yes, Kyle.
maybe it's the bottom.
do you understand how we got our answer?
Oh, yes, sir.
Go ahead and explain how we got 143.
For see one of the figures, we have the figures, right? There are the angles, which is 35, 25, 90, 67, and X. We have to add all those numbers up except for X, which is 67, 90, 35, and 25. And if we add all those together, the sum will be 217. Now, once we got the product, we must subtract it up to 360. So 360 take away 217, which equals 143, which X equals 143.
X equals 143. Thank you. And Kiajane, where's Kiajane? Where's Kiajane? Ayana from Kiajane. Latalia, do you understand how we got our answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kiajane, I need you to send in your notes. I don't know notes to you that Kiajane. And Nevaeh Wallace. Where's Nevaeh Wallace? Nevaeh Wallace. Nevaeh Wallace, where's Nevaeh Wallace? Ayana from Nevaeh. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Do you understand how we get our answers or no?
I think so.
Think so? Well, explain to me how we got our answer for X for the triangle. How do we get done?
So you add 59 plus 75, which equal the 134.
Mhm.
You get the 180 from the triangle. And you take it away 134 with equal to 46.
Very good. And then how about for this one? How we got 70? Now, wait, before we move on, make sure I remember that angles inside a triangle add up to 180. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Now, number 2.
I don't think I know how to explain that one.
Okay, for this one, angles, if you look at this one, angles at a common point on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So what does that mean? That means that 110 and X add up to 180 degrees. And so what we do is we have to subtract 180 and 110 to get 70, because 70 and 110 give us 180 degrees. And that's how we get that one. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. And then next up, we have number 3. Do you understand how we got this one?
No, sir.
Okay, with this one, if you look at do you have the first notes? Do you have these?
I was writing it down.
Okay, so the third one says angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. That means that 67, 90, 35, 25, and X, if we add all them up, you're gonna get 360, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 67, 90, and 35, and 25. We add them together. And that's how we get what?
217.
217. Then we subtract them to, what does that give us?
143.
143. So you have to add them up to get your answer, and then you're gonna subtract it from 360 to get 143. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, let's go ahead and do a graded exercise. So the graded exercise is going to be based off of what we just did. So graded exercise. Oh, by the way, does it always have to be X, or we could use a different letter? Does it always have to be?
Different,
Say it again.
you use a different letter.
Say it again.
You could use a different letter.
We could use a different letter. Very good. Good. So it don't have to always be X. All right. Graded exercise number 1. Okay, so the question says in each case, determine the value of X. All right, so all right, so for this one, let's say that we have that distance is, by the way, what does the box mean? Anyone remember what the box mean? We have a box. What does that mean?
90 degrees.
90 degrees, sir.
90 degrees. Very good. So 90 degrees is number 1. So this one is 54 degrees. Determine the value of X in this case. Right, next up we have this one, number 2, and again we have to determine the value of what? X, right? So it's gonna be, let's call this number 2. Right, this is going to be 121 degrees. It's going to be the value of X in this case. All right. Right, let's say for this one we have X. Let's say that this one is 148 degrees. (31 degrees). This is 28 degrees. Again, what does the box represent? And remember, what does the box represent?
90 degrees.
90 degrees, very good. 90 degrees. So in this case, we want to figure out what is the value of x. So it's going to be number 3. Okay, once you are finished with this, again, once you're finished with this, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you're finished with this, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, once you finish with this, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Say again, what number you on?
I'm on number 1.
Number 1. Willon, where's Willon? Willon, what number you on?
Number 1.
Number 1, good. And Summer, what number you on? Samantha, what number you on?
Number 3.
Number 3.
Mr. Petit,
Go ahead.
could you put the last example in the chat?
Okay, so the last example, let me do that. I'm gonna put the last example inside the chat for those persons who still do not have it.
Excuse me, Mr. Batista. Don't forget to send me the work from yesterday that I missed.
I ain't gonna forget.
Yes, sir. Mr. Batista.
All right. Ronisha, what number you on? And Nivea Gordon, what number you on?
I'm done. I'm about to send the work to you right now.
Okay. Anyone else finish? Once you finish, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Anyone else finish?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Mark, what number you on, Mark? Where's Mark?
Number 3.
Number 3. Jalen, what number you on?
Number 2.
Number 2. And Evanice, what number you on?
Number 1.
Number 1. And okay, good. Ronisha, what number you on? Ronisha, no, she's number 2, okay. And Joseph, what number you on? Joseph, what number you on?
Number 2.
Okay. Where's Akiro? Where's Akiro?
Yes, sir.
Where's your notes from yesterday?
Don't have them, sir. About my Grammy.
I said, where's your notes from yesterday?
I don't have them. They put my mommy. About my Grammy.
So why you didn't send them yesterday?
I forgot to, sir.
No, Akira, you need to stop playing, you know. Stop playing games, man. You know that you have to send the notes after, right when you finish. Now today is Tuesday and you haven't sent the notes from Monday yet. You have to stop playing, you understand me?
Yes, sir.
So when you get home, make sure I send the work, man. Send in the work. I don't understand you, you know. I really don't understand, you know, Akiro. I don't know how long you've been in my class and I still do not understand you. You do not send in your work. That don't make no sense. All right, the rest of us, are we done? Let me know if you finish.
No, sir.
Okay, anyone else finish?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, good. Any volunteers for number 1? Any volunteers for number 1?
I could try.
Got it, Mr. Petit.
Okay, go ahead, Casey. Casey will do number 1 and Reagan, you could do number 2. Okay, so go ahead, Casey for number 1.
We add 54 and 90.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 54 and 90.
And we get 144.
So when we add 54 and 90, we get 54, add 54, plus what? Plus 90.
144. Brianna, you
Uh,
could turn on your phone, please.
okay, now when we do 54 plus 90, what would we get?
144.
144, very good.
Then we subtract 144 by 180 from 180.
So we subtract 144 and 180. Why are we subtracting from 180?
Because a triangle add up to 180 degrees.
Angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So it's gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
144. And so we get when we subtract them.
We
Which
get
answer?
36
36 degrees. Very good.
degrees. X is equals to 36.
So x equals to 36. Thank you, Casey. Anyone else got that x is equal to 36? Let me know, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, perfect. Only those 2%. Let me know if you got x is equal to 36.
I got it too, Mr. Petit.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay,
I
good.
got it.
Very good. X is equal to 36 degrees. All right. And Reagan, help me with number 2. How are we gonna get number 2?
Okay, Mr. Petit. For number 2, define x. You will subtract 121 from 180.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why you're using 180 is because all angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees.
Very good. Very good
Now,
explanation.
you will get, if you subtract 121 from 180, you will get 59. So x will be equal to 59.
So 180 minus 121 is 59. That's the answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes. 59 is absolutely correct. Anyone else got 59?
Yes, sir.
Good.
I
Good.
did. Yes, sir.
Very good. 59. Jevin, you always answering. I need someone else to answer for number 3.
Mr. Petit, KJ asked if he could try.
KJ has his own mode. I don't know why he's using you as his mouthpiece.
Sorry about that, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Well, so we'll add 28, 31, and 148 together, and we'll get 207. And then we subtract that by 360, and we get 153.
So why are we subtracting from 360? Why are we subtracting from 360, Kevin?
Because angles around a point add up to 360 degrees.
Very good, because angles around a point out of 360 degrees. So we get 90 plus what else? 28 plus what else? 31 plus 148. 148. So we get 90, 28, 31, and 148. And what's your answer when we add them together? What is your answer? Kevin, what's your answer when we add them together?
Oh, I didn't add the 90, so
We didn't add the 90. You need to add the 90.
no,
All
so
right.
I didn't. Yes, sir.
Anyone added the 90? What you all got when you added?
I did. I
Okay,
did.
what you got? When you got what? 200 and
297.
297. Very good. 297. Dion, what do we have to do afterwards?
You will have to subtract the 297 from 360.
Very good. We have to subtract the 297 and 360. And then when we subtract them, what do we get when we subtract them?
63.
So 297 minus, or 360 rather, minus 297. That's going to be what?
63.
63. Very good. 63 is correct. Anyone else got 63 for your answer for number 3?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good. Anyone got all right? Let me know if you got all right. 3 out of 3,
Yes,
all
sir.
3, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you got all right, please put I inside the chat again. If you got all right, please put I inside the chat. If you got all right, please put I inside the chat. If you got one wrong, please put Y. If you got one wrong, please put Y. If you got two wrong, please put N. If you got all right, please put I. If you got all right, please put I. If you got one wrong, please put Y. If you got two wrong, please put N. I need to know, where's Ajani? Ajani? Ajani,
Yes, sir.
where's your work?
Not done yet.
Take a picture of your notes and what you have so far and send it to me. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so Tegan, Randisha, very good. Dion, very good. Gilbriana, Mark. Mark, you got all right?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Brian, Bry, Kingston. Kingston, you got all right? Bethany, good.
Yes, sir.
That's good. And Onisha, Reagan. Latalia, did you get all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Some persons are not answering inside the chat. Jalen, Kmar, y'all are not answering inside the chat. Joseph, not answering inside the chat. Dante,
Mr.
not
Petit, I
answering
did
inside the chat.
answer.
Not Joseph Culmer. I'm not Joseph, not Reagan. I mean Joseph Culmer. Not answering inside the chat. What happened to y'all? You need to answer inside the chat. My question was, if you got all right, put I inside the chat. If you got one wrong, put Y. And if you got two wrong, put N. Kmar, Akiro, Jalen, and Dante Darvel. Answer inside the chat, please.
I
Okay,
can't answer it
what do you mean you can't answer inside the chat?
because my parents aren't home right now. I can't send my notes, so I don't know if you will believe me.
No. You said you cannot answer inside the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I can't answer that question because I don't know if you're gonna believe me or not.
Did you do the work?
Yes, but my parents aren't home yet.
Okay. Well, when they come home, make sure send in your work. Did you get all right or you got one wrong?
I got all right.
Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and okay, so these three geometry rules, do you all understand them? Let me know if y'all understand that, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
As well.
good.
Yes.
Good. The rest of you,
Yes,
because I'm not
sir.
only talking to 5 people. Do y'all understand these 3 geometrical rules?
Yes, I do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's do 3 more, right? So we did angles in a triangle, that the sum of the interior angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We did angles on a straight line at a common point add up to 180 degrees. We did angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. There are more. So let's do the rest of them. So we need to do 3 more. So geometry rules. So the next geometry rules that we need to keep in mind is going to be the fact that angles in a quadrilateral. What is a quadrilateral? Gonna be what? A 4.
A four-sided shape.
Very good. A
Four-sided figure.
4-sided shape, 4-sided figure. Angles in a quadrilateral, a 4-sided shape, add up to what?
180.
No. Angles in a quadrilateral add up to what?
360.
360. Yeah, 360. Angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. So it's going to be angles in a quadrilateral or 4-sided shape add up to 360 degrees. All right. And so I'm going to let you draw an image. Remember, we said a 4-sided shape is going to be a shape. Sorry, a quadrilateral is going to be a 4-sided shape. So what are some examples of 4-sided shapes?
Square.
A square is a 4-sided shape, so that's a quadrilateral. What else?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. Yeah, that's a 4-sided. Say it again.
A trapezoid.
A trapezoid. Yes.
A rhombus.
A rhombus. Yes. That's a quadrilateral. And what else? How about a trapezium? Right? Anyone familiar with a trapezium? Say it again. Oh no, you don't know what a trapezium is? So a
Yes, sir.
trapezium.
I've about it before, but I don't really know about it like that.
Oh, you don't know about that. Okay. So a trapezium is also a 4-sided shape. It has 2 parallel lines. Sorry, 2 sides that are parallel to each other. And that add up to 360 degrees. So whenever we have a quadrilateral, a 4-sided figure, that's going to add up to 360 degrees. And so let me just show you an image. This image right here. This is a quadrilateral. This is an irregular quadrilateral. Nonetheless, it's a quadrilateral and we have angle A, B, C, and D. And what we do know, right? We do know is that the sum of these angles is going to be equal to 360 degrees. So let's write that down. So we know that angle A plus angle what? Angle B plus
C
angle C plus
angle D.
Angle D all adds up to what?
360.
360 degrees. So angle A plus angle B plus C plus D equals to 360 degrees. So angles in a quadrilateral of four-sided shape add up to 360 degrees. Jevin, can you read that rule for me, please?
Angles in a quadrilateral four-sided shape add up to 360 degrees.
Very good. Angles in a quadrilateral or four-sided shape add up to 360 degrees. The next rule that we're gonna be looking at is going to be we call vertically opposite angles. Anyone ever heard of that before? Vertically.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Vertically opposite angles. What do we know about vertically opposite angles? Vertically opposite angles are what?
Does they like make the Z or a C?
What Z? Vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. That's the rule. So the rule tells us that vertically opposite angles are equal. All right, that's the rule. Now, if we could find two angles that are vertically opposite to each other, then we can say that one angle is equal to the other angle. All right, that's what we mean when we say vertically opposite angles are equal. So let me give you a perfect example of vertically opposite angles. So basically, you have two lines that are gonna intersect. And when them two lines intersect, you're naturally gonna find that you have four angles that are created. The four angles that are created, two of them are gonna be vertically opposite to each other, right? So let's go ahead and draw that. All right, so let's draw it. So vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. So these two angles, so let's look at it, right? So we have let me show you the vertically opposite angles. So we have angle A and angle C. These are what? Vertically opposite. And then we have angle B and angle D. These are what? These are what? Angle B and D, they are what?
Vertically opposite.
Vertically opposite. So angle A, so angle A, and angle B. So, sorry, angle A and angle C are vertically opposite. So angle A and angle C are vertically opposite. What other lines are vertical? What other angles based on this are vertically opposite? What other angles?
B and D.
Say it again. B and
D.
B and D. So vertically opposite.
Oh, B and D.
Yeah, B and D. So angle A and angle C are vertically opposite. We can also say that angle B and angle D. So angle B and angle C. Sorry, angle B and angle D are vertically opposite. So angle A and angle C are vertically opposite, and angle B and angle D are vertically opposite angles. Okay, good. So Kingston, what angles in this shape are vertically opposite? Where's
A
Kingston?
and C and B and D.
Very good. A and C and B and D. And what do we know about vertically opposite angles, Kingston? What do we know?
Know that vertically opposite angles are equal.
Very good. And Brianna rule. Where's Brianna rule?
Yes, sir.
What angles are vertically opposite in this shape?
Angle A and C,
And what other angle?
as well as angle B and D.
Very good. What do we know about vertically opposite angles?
They are equal.
Very good. Vertically opposite angles are equal. So angle A and C, as well as angle B and D, are what we call vertically opposite angles. And one thing about vertically opposite angles, they are equal to each other. So A equals to C and B is equal to D. And Chai, where's Chai?
Yes, sir.
What are the angles that are vertically opposite in the shape?
A and C.
A and C. And what are the angles?
B and D.
B and D. Very good. What do we know about vertically opposite angles?
They're the opposite of horizontal angles.
No. What do we know about vertically opposite angles? Based on the rule.
Are equal.
Vertically opposite angles are equal. And Summer, where's Summer? Can you hear me, Summer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. What are the angles that are, wait, by the way, Summer, did you finish the videos?
I'm actually still doing it. I had to get a new notebook. That's why it's still taking me long to complete.
Okay, what year are you on?
I'm finishing the paper 2021.
Okay, good. And Samantha, did I ask you yet, Samantha, about the vertically opposite angles?
Oh, sorry, you didn't ask me.
Okay, what angles are vertically opposite in this shape?
Angle A and C and angle B and D.
Very good. What do we know about vertically opposite angles?
Vertically opposite angles are equal.
Very good. And Paul? That's Paul. Paul, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What angles are vertically opposite in the shape?
B and B.
Say it again.
B and D.
B and D, and what else?
A and C.
A and C. So what do we know about vertically opposite angles though?
That they are equal.
That they are equal. Very good. They are equal. All right, let's move on to the next one. By the way, do you understand the second rule? Let me know if you understand the second rule, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Natalia.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, then the next rule states that, so we know that vertically opposite angles are equal. The next rule tells us that next rule tells us that rule number 3 is supposed to be come down a bit. Rule number 3. All right, so the next rule tells us that alternate angles are equal. What letter, right? What letter does alternate angles, what letter do alternate angles form?
C.
A Z. Very good. So alternate angles, they form a Z shape. Now it could be backward Z, it could be forward Z. Either way, they form a Z shape. All right. Where's Malia? Malia, you asking for the class notes? Where's Malia?
Yes, sir.
You didn't see it in the chat?
No, sir, I just joined.
Okay. So what shape do alternate angles form? What shape do they form?
A Z shape?
They form a Z shape. That's correct. They form a Z shape. All right. So they're gonna form a Z shape. And so alternate. What else do we know about alternate angles? They are what? They're gonna be what? Alternate angles are gonna be what?
They form
They
a
form a
Z.
Z shape, and they are what? Start with E. They are
E?
what? No, start with E right there.
In
Alternate angles are what? Hold on. Alternate angles are
equal.
equal. All right, so let's move on. So alternate angles are equal. So all right, so if we have a transversal, so we have two parallel lines, or two lines that are parallel to each other, and then we have a transversal right now. So we can say that this angle right here, let's call this one angle A. And then this angle right here, let's call this angle what? Let's call this B. What can we say about angle A and angle B? What can we say about the two angles? They are what?
Angle on a
No.
straight line.
Oh, no. What can we say about it? They are what? What type of
Vertically
angles?
opposite.
No, they're not vertically opposite.
Oh,
They are what?
Z.
They are what? What type of angles are these? Hello, I'm not
Alternate.
talking to myself. What type of angles are A and B?
Alternate.
Alternate angles, right? So this is Z, forms a Z shape, okay? It's going to be alternate angles. So A and B are alternate angles, or we might even say alternate interior angles. And we can say that they are equal. So we say that A and B, angle A, right, angle A and angle B, angle A and angle B what can we say about them? They are what? Are alternate angles. What do we know about alternate angles? They are what?
They're equal.
They are equal.
They're equal.
Make a Z.
They make a Z shape and they are equal. So angle A and angle B are alternate angles. All right, so let's go over the three rules the last three for this evening. The first one tells us that angles in a quadrilateral, which is a four-sided shape, add up to 360 degrees, which means that if we add A plus B plus C plus D, if we add all them up, we get 360 degrees. The next one says that vertically opposite angles are equal, which means that A and C are equal, they are vertically opposite, and B and D are equal, they are vertically opposite. Next, we have alternate angles, and we have that alternate angles are equal because they form a Z shape, right? So angle A and angle B are alternate angles, they form a Z shape. And so we have that angle A is equal to angle B, and they form a Z shape. A is equal to B. All right. Okay, question, do you understand these three rules? Let me know, please, if you understand.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Tegan, can you read the first one?
Angles in a quadrilateral four-sided shape add up to 360 degrees.
Very good. And Aliana, can you read the second one?
Vertically opposite angles are equal.
Very good.
Angle A,
Go ahead, continue.
angle A and angle C are vertically opposite. Angle B and angle D are vertically opposite.
Thank you. And Akiro, where's Akiro? Akiro, where's Akiro? I can't hear from Akiro. Ajani, are you there? Where's Ajani?
Yes, sir.
Read the third one for me.
Pardon.
Read the third rule. Read the third rule.
Alternate angles are equal. They form a Z shape.
Very good. So true or false, Ajani, are alternate angles equal? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. What shape do alternate angles form, Ajani?
A Z shape.
Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to take a picture of this and put inside the chat. And we're going to go ahead and do an examples on these. So let's go ahead and do examples on these. So we have number examples. So now again, does the variable always have to be X? Or can we use a different letter?
Different.
We could
Use a different letter.
We could use a different letter, right? So in this case, let's determine the value of A, or let's say B. Determine the value of B in each of the following figures. All right, so let's say we have a, let me section this off. So let's say that we have a quadrilateral and straight fill. So let's say that, oh, this is not good because all of them is 90. All of them is about the same. I'm sorry. This is a better one. What his name is? Reagan?
Yes, sir.
This is a trapezium.
All right, so.
So I don't want to fill, I want the outline. Okay, so for this one, we're going to remember we're trying to determine the value of B in each case. So we're gonna call this number one. Let's say that this one is 47 degrees. So this one is 47. Let's say that this is, okay, write that better than that. So again, this one is 47 degrees. So that this one is 63 degrees. Let's say this one is B. Say that this one is 86 degrees. Okay, good. So what do we know? What rule can we use for this particular one? What rule can be used for this particular example? Anyone can answer.
Angles and quadrilateral four-sided add up to 360 degrees.
Yes, very good. So how are we gonna figure that answer? Anyone can answer. Anyone can answer. How are we gonna get it?
Add up all together and take away from 360.
Very good. We're gonna add up all of our angles together. So we're gonna add up 47 plus 63 plus 86, right? We add all of them together and then we're gonna subtract them from what? 360, right? And then once we do that, then we're gonna get our answer for B. So the first thing we have to do is we have to add. That's the first step. We have to add it up. So let's add all those numbers together. So we have 47.
I got 190.
47. What you got? 63.
106.
100 and what?
196.
I got
196.
196 too.
196 as well. So if we add 47 plus 63 plus 86, we got 196. Did anyone else get 196?
I did.
I did.
Very good. If you got 196, you're right. But are we finished? Are we finished with the question? Are we done?
Yes, sir. With the takeaway.
No, we have to subtract, right? So we have to subtract, you have to subtract 360 and 196. So 360, 360 minus what? 196. And what we get when we subtract those two? 360 minus 196, which I get
164 degrees.
164 degrees. And so what does that tell us about the value of B? What does that tell us about the value of B?
That B equals 164 degrees.
Very good. That B is equal to 164 degrees. So we have that B is going to be equal to 164 degrees. Do you all understand this? Let me know, please, if you understand this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. And Bethany, do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Prashant, do you understand this? Where's Prashant?
I'm doing the
Oh
2019.
yeah, you don't. That's true. That's true.
Yes, sir.
Brianna, Roll, do you understand this?
Yes, so
Okay, explain how we got 164.
so we got 164 because we added 86, 63, and 47 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
and that equals to 196.
Mm-hmm.
And then we subtracted from 360 and we get 164.
Very good. And Bree and Bri, do you all understand this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How about you,
Yes, sir.
Chai? Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Dion, do you understand this? Where's
Yes,
Dion?
sir.
Explain how we got 164.
So first we added up all the corners, 47, 63, and 86. Once we added them all together, we got 196.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, we subtracted by 360. So we take away 360 from 196, and we get 164, and then we would find the answer for B, which equals to 164.
Why did we subtract from 360 and not 180?
We subtracted from 360 because it was a quadrilateral, so, and it had four sides, which added
Right.
up to 360.
Very good. Angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. Dornick, do you understand this? Where's Dornick? And Dante Darvel, where's Dante Darvel? Dante Darvel, are you there? Where's Dante? Dornick says, yes, she does. Dante Darvel, are you there? Where's Dante Darvel? Can't hear from Dante. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So the reason why this works is because we can say that angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. And when we say angles, we're talking about the interior angles. And by interior angles, we're talking about the angles that are inside of the quadrilateral. Let's move on to the next one. Here we have the shape, right? With this shape, this line. So let's say that we have, let me enlarge this, weight it. Let's weight this as well. Okay, so if we have that, this guy right there is equal to 65, right? And we say that this is B. We also know that this is equal to 85. Question, what is B?
B?
Yeah, what is B? What is the value of B? Anyone?
65.
The value of B, is it 65 or 85?
65.
65. Okay, put your hands inside the chat. What do you think it's gonna be?
65.
What's the value of B? Is it 65 or 85? Put your hands inside the chat for me, please. Let me see what your responses are gonna be. I'm trying to figure what is the value of B. I need everyone to answer inside the chat, please. I want everyone to answer inside the chat. What is the value of B, right? Is it 65 or is it 85? What is the value of B in this question? Is it 65 or is it 85? Is it 65 or 85? Tagan, why do you say 65? Why do you say 65?
I say 65 because vertically opposite angles are equal, and 65 and B, they're vertically opposite.
Very good, because 65 and B are gonna be vertically opposite angles. And so it's definitely 65. How many persons said 65? Let me know if you said 65 and not 85. Very
I
good.
did.
I did.
65 degrees, very important. So it's gonna be 65 degrees, and that's going to be the angle for B. Let me put this out. It's gonna be 65. So when we say vertically opposite, we're talking about these two, like so. They're vertically opposite. B and 65 are vertically opposite. Okay, that's number 2. Do we understand that? Let me know if you understand that, please. That's number 2.
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, let's move on to number 3. Number 3, we have two parallel lines, or two lines that are parallel, which means that they do not intersect, and which means that they do not touch each other. So parallel lines means that they do not intersect and they do not touch each other, and they are evenly spaced apart. That's what we mean by parallel lines. So these two lines are parallel, equally spaced apart, and they are they don't intersect. So we have here a transversal that's going in this direction. And let's say that we have that this angle right there, let's say that this angle right there measures 36 degrees. And we have angle B here. What would be the size or measure of angle B? What would be the size or measure of angle B? Oh, by the way, let's say that this one right there is, let's say that this one right there is 144. What's going to be the size of angle B? What do y'all think? Hello, what's going to be the size of angle B?
36 degrees.
36 degrees.
36. Why do you say 36, Tegan?
Because they're alternate angles and they form a Z shape.
Very good. They form a Z shape. So you have to look for the Z shape whenever you're doing these stuff. So the Z shape would be right there. So it's going to be a Z shape. All right. Z-shaped. And so this 36 and this B are going to be what? Equal to each other. So what could we say? We can say that what? B is equal to, use a pen. B is equal to B is equal to 36 degrees. And let's put the reason for these, right? I'm going to put the reason underneath. What's the reason why this is equal to 65? What's the reason? What's the reason? Hello, what's the reason that B is equal to 65 for number 2?
They are alternate angles and they form Z
No,
shape.
for number 2, for number 2.
For number 2.
Yeah, what's the reason for number 2? That B is equal to 65.
Vertically opposite.
Vertically opposite. So we can say that vertically opposite angles. So the reason is that vertically opposite angles are equal. So vertically opposite angles are equal. By the way, are y'all writing this down? Let me know if you're writing this down, please, and drawing the diagrams properly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Vertically opposite angles are equal. All right, and then for number 3, what is the reason that B is equal to 36? The reason. Again, what is the reason that B is equal to 36 for number 3?
Alternate angles, they form a Z shape.
Alternate angles are what?
Equal.
Are equal. Very good. Alternate angles are equal. So we can say alternate angles. Alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. Okay, good. So if you are finished with this notes, take a picture of your notes and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, if you're finished with the notes, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need a picture of your notes, please. Again, once you finish with your notes, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Jalen, do you understand how we got our answers? Where's Jalen? Jalen Butler,
Yes, sir.
do you understand how we got our answers?
Yes, sir.
How we got our answer for number one? Explain how we got our answer for number one.
It says determine the value of B in each of the following figures. Number one, 47 degrees, 63 degrees, 86 degrees, and we have to find the value of B. So we have to add 47 plus 63 plus 86 equals 196. Subtract 360 from 196 equals 164.
Why are we using 360?
That's the whole area of the angle.
Angles in a quadrilateral add up to what?
360.
360. Very good. I need everyone to take a picture of your Jalen. I need your notes, please. I need everyone to take a picture of their work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, I need everyone to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where's Ajani? Ajani, are you there? I need you to send in your work. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where is Jevin? Jevin, do you understand? Do you
Yes, sir.
understand? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Jeremy Lines, where's Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Where's your notes?
I was still great. I'm sending them out.
Okay. Do you understand what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Kmar, where's
Yes,
Kmar?
sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And Kyle Williamson, where's Kyle? Where's Kyle?
Yes, sir.
Where's your notes?
I sent him my notes, sir.
You said you're gonna send them or you sent them already?
I sent them already, sir.
Okay, explain how we got number 2.
So I was like saying, we have to add. There's on the figure it says 65. There's a circle and there's the edges like it's like the pieces of it. So the top piece is 65, the side piece is 85. The low bit that's all. The